Now unto him who is able to do far more abundantly beyond all that we ask or think, according to the power that works within us. Ephesians 3:20. Close to 30 years ago, our business was much, much smaller at that time. We had an opportunity to make an investment, hoping, like everyone else was expecting, for a great return. And as a few short months went by, we began to realize and saw that this company was failing, and it did fail. About that same time in me and Jenny's lives, we started to understand and began to practice tithing in the true sense of what tithing is. And as we did that, it's so neat to see that God blessed our business more and more and more. And within a year, all of the money that we had invested in this company was restored because of, I believe, our faithfulness to tithing.
Yeah, so I remember when Tim said we're going to be making some adjustments to our finances. It really hasn't ever been difficult for me to make those types of adjustments because Tim takes care of finances and he's really good at it. And so I just trusted that, and God was faithful.
After a few years later than that, we had been under some wonderful teaching at our previous church. And the teaching was so encouraging and so faith-filled that it gave us the confidence to begin to look for what the next step business-wise in our lives would be. We found a building that had been vacant for many years, but when we looked at it, you would look at this property, which is a 24,000 square foot building, 2 levels. Our property sits on almost a half a city block. When we looked at that, it was like one of those things you're saying, wow, this is almost impossible.
I would get this overwhelming feeling like this was too big. I felt the heaviness of the responsibility in saying yes to this new business venture. I just thought Tim was crazy, but I was supportive because it was his dream. When we opened up La Tolteca, it was not a soft opening. It was like something opened up and it just would not shut. And people were lining up for weeks, and we couldn't even handle the volume of people. I honestly remember us being there at 7:30, 8 o'clock at night, because it was all hands on deck. Tim was in the office. I would go in the office and say, Tim, you got to come out here and see this. It's just incredible. Tim didn't want to come out. He didn't want to come out of the office to witness what was continually happening because it was just too much.
God has continued to this day to be faithful in our business. It's continued to grow, has not failed. That vision, the kingdom purposes we try to instill in all of our family that are involved in the business, and even our employees, that they know there's a bigger purpose to La Tolteca than just to make a living. We want our family and our friends and our employees to know that same vision.